Hi, it is very, very cold and very, very snowy out here. My name is Hayden Giller and welcome to Wunderstorm. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but it is very, very cold outside. In fact, here in Norman, Oklahoma, it is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And when it gets this cold, everyone that I know, children and adults alike, start talking about snow. But what exactly is snow? And how is it different from sleet? And why is it so hard to forecast? And most importantly, Hayden, do you know how to make water freeze instantly? Well, yes, I do, and I will show you right after I tell you about snow. Like we mentioned last week, clouds form when water in the air has nowhere to go. And as more water condenses into the cloud, they go from puffy and white to gray, heavy, and angry. And eventually, if the cloud gets heavy enough, all of the water inside begins to fall as rain. Of course, that is only when the air is above freezing. When the air is below freezing, something completely different happens. Now it's time for Hayden's ultra cool science trivia fun time. I came up with that name myself. Now, which of these temperatures is actually the freezing point for water? Is it 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, or 273.15 degrees Kelvin? Here, take your time, think about your answer. I'll just wait for you. Okay, you got it? Got it? Perfect. Which is your answer? Well, if you guessed any of these, you are totally right. High five! And when the air is below freezing, you don't get rain. You get all different types of ice. As shown by this graphic from the National Weather Service, the type of precipitation that we get on the ground depends on the air above the ground. So you might see part of our problem now. We need to know the temperature from the surface all the way up to the base of the cloud. That seems like an ordeal, right? But that's not our only problem. We also have to know exactly what the temperature will be on the ground, the grass, the road, and all the way up. It's not good enough just to know what the temperature is, but we have to know exactly what it will be. Think about it like this. If it's 75 degrees and water falls from the sky, it's rain. And if it's 77 degrees, it is still rain. But if it's 31 degrees and water falls from the sky, then we get ice. And if it's 33 degrees, well, we're back to rain. Those 2 degrees may not make much of a difference at certain temperatures, but when you're around freezing, it makes all the difference. Okay. So now we know the exact temperature on the surface and all the way up. Now, finally, can we predict snowfall? So water doesn't freeze exactly the same way at all temperatures. In fact, when water freezes, it expands. The colder the temperature, the greater the expansion. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go take a look. Okay, so we're back outside in the snow and in the cold, and I've got this jar here, and I'm gonna fill this jar with snow just for my feet, so. Just like that, we got a full jar of snow. Now, can we please go back inside? My frail Texan body cannot handle this. Okay. Now that we are back inside and I am no longer freezing, let's watch what happens with that jar of snow. So look at this. Once all that snow melted, we were at the top red line, the water is all the way down here at the bottom red line. When snow expands, when ice freezes, you can get an expansion rate of 10 inches of snow for 1 inch of water. Sometimes as high as 18, 20, or even 30 inches of snow for 1 inch of water. Our last problem is that snow expansion. If I say it'll rain 1 inch and it actually rains 2, that's not a big deal. But with expansion levels like these, if we get 1 more inch of water than we expect, that could be 10, 15, or even 20 inches more snow than we thought there was going to be. Well, there you have it. Now you know why winter weather is so hard to predict. In my opinion, it is the hardest to predict kind of any type of weather. But that's pretty cool, right? Look, if you want to learn more about super awesome science and weather stuff, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. Wait! I forgot to show you that I know how to instantly freeze water. Here, let's go look. Now you can do this at home too. If you get a bottle of reverse osmosis water and you put it in the freezer for 3 hours, you want to be very careful taking it out of the freezer. You'll notice that it is still water. But when I go and I slam it on the counter, okay, well that's really all I have. As I was saying, hit that like button, subscribe down below, be sure to wear a mask, keep warm with all this cold, listen to your parents, and of course, not all who wonder are lost. I will see you guys in 2 weeks.